What if I told you that a simple movement you already do every single day holds the key to your independence for years to come? I've spent my career helping thousands of seniors just like you get stronger, feel more confident, and stay independent. And through all those years, I've seen what really separates the people who stay active and mobile well into their 80s and 90s from those who start to struggle. And so often, it all comes down to mastering one critical movement. Now, this isn't some complicated routine that requires a gym membership or fancy equipment. In fact, it's a movement so fundamental that its power is almost always overlooked. But I'm here to tell you that getting this one movement right is one of the most powerful things you can do for your ability to live independently. It's the foundation of your strength, the bedrock of your balance, and your single best defense against the fear of falling. So, in this video, I'm not just going to reveal the exercise. I'm going to show you how to do it perfectly so you can feel a real, tangible difference in your leg strength and balance in just 7 days. That's my promise to you. Stick with me because the next few minutes could genuinely change how you experience the rest of your life. Section 1. The why, the most important movement for independence. So, what is this all-important exercise? It's called the sit to stand. I know it sounds almost too simple, right? Standing up from a chair. You probably do it dozens of times a day without even thinking about it. But I want you to just pause for a second and consider how truly essential that movement is. Being able to get up from a chair with ease means you can get off the toilet by yourself. It means you can get out of a car without help. It means you can stand up from the dinner table, get out of bed in the morning, and rise from your favorite armchair to greet someone you love. The power to do a sit to stand is, quite literally, the power to engage with your life. As a physical therapist, this is the gold standard for assessing a person's functional strength. It's one of the very first things I look at with a new client because it tells me almost everything I need to know about their lower body strength, their core stability, and their risk of a fall. When you do a sit to stand correctly, you're firing up all the largest, most important muscles in your body. We're talking about your quads at the front of your thighs, your powerful glutes in your backside, your hamstrings, and even your calves. At the same time, your deep core and lower back muscles are working hard to keep you stable. It's a full body workout disguised as an everyday action. That slow, creeping weakness in these muscles is where the trouble often begins. It might start with just a little push off the arms of a chair. Then maybe it takes a bit of rocking to get yourself going. Before you know it, you're avoiding low chairs, or you're asking for a hand to get out of the car. This loss of strength is directly tied to poor balance and a higher risk of falls, which is one of the biggest threats to an older adult's health and independence. But here's the wonderful, empowering news. This is not only stoppable, it's reversible, and it starts right here with this one foundational movement. Section 2. The how. A deep dive into perfect form. All right, let's get to work. We're going to break this down into a slow, deliberate process. The goal here isn't speed or how many you can do, it's quality. Perfect form is what keeps you safe and gets you real results. First, your setup. And for your safety, this part is really important. You need a sturdy, stable chair. A solid kitchen or dining room chair is perfect. No wheels, no wobbly legs, and please, not a deep, cushy sofa. A chair that's a bit higher is better to start with. Make sure it's on a non-slip surface or against a wall so it can't slide. And finally, wear supportive shoes. No slippers, no flip-flops, no bare feet. You need a solid base to push from. Okay, let's get into position. I want you to scoot forward and sit on the front third of the chair. Don't slouch back. Sit up nice and tall. Step 1 is your feet. Scoot them back so that they're about hip width apart and your heels are pretty much underneath the front legs of the chair. Point your toes straight ahead. Really feel the floor with your entire foot, your heel, the ball of your foot, and your toes. This is your foundation. Next, your upper body. I want you to remember this key phrase, nose over toes. Lean forward from your hips, keeping your back straight until your nose is out over your toes. This forward lean is the secret sauce. It shifts your center of gravity forward and puts the load onto your legs, getting them ready to do the work. If you try to stand straight up from a seated position, you're forced to use momentum or push with your arms, which defeats the whole purpose. For your arms, just hold them straight out in front of you. This helps with your balance and actually makes the movement feel a little easier. Now, let's do it. For the up phase, I want you to think about two things as you breathe out: pushing the floor away with your feet and squeezing your butt muscles. Press through your entire foot, drive your hips forward, and come all the way up to a tall standing position. Beautiful. That's one. But we're only halfway done. The down phase is just as important for building strength and control. To lower yourself, don't just collapse into the chair. I want you to reverse the motion perfectly. Start by pushing your hips back first, like you're reaching for the chair with your butt. Keep your chest up and look forward. Bend your knees and lower yourself slowly. Slowly, until you gently sit down. Control it all the way. No plopping. That control is where the magic happens. And let's talk about breathing. It's easy to hold your breath when you're concentrating, so fight that urge. The pattern is simple. Exhale on the way up. That's the hard part. Inhale as you slowly lower yourself down. Breathe out to stand. Breathe in to sit. Section 3. The common mistakes you must avoid. I've taught this to thousands of people, and I see the same handful of mistakes again and again. Nailing these details is the difference between an effective exercise and a waste of time that could even lead to strain. First and most common, pushing with your arms. We've all seen it. People pushing off their thighs or the armrests of a chair to get up. Every time you do that, you're robbing your leg muscles of the very work they need to get stronger. It's a cheat code that actually makes you weaker over time. Be very conscious about keeping your hands off your legs. If you find you have to use your arms, it just means the chair is a bit too low for your current strength. No problem. Just find a higher surface to practice on. The second big mistake is letting your knees cave in. As you stand or sit, take a peek at your knees. Are they falling in toward each other? This is a really common sign of weak hip muscles. It also puts a lot of stress on your knee joints. To fix it, actively think about keeping your knees pointing in the same direction as your middle toes. A great little trick is to imagine you're trying to spread the floor apart with your feet as you stand. That will fire up your hip muscles and protect your knees. The third mistake is plopping down. Like I said, that controlled movement on the way down is where you build so much strength. When you just drop back into the chair, you miss a huge opportunity to build eccentric strength. That's the strength that helps you control your body, and it's vital for good balance. So always lower yourself with intention. If you feel yourself plopping, just slow it down even more. And finally, using momentum. This usually looks like rocking back and forth a few times to get the energy to stand up. This is another cheat. The movement should be smooth and controlled, coming from the pure power in your legs and glutes. If you need to rock, it's a sign you need to focus more on that nose over toes, lean to get your weight in the right spot, before you start to move. A clean, one-and-done movement is always your goal. Section 4. Your 7-day plan to a stronger you. Knowing this is great, but taking action is what really creates change. So here is your plan. This is my 7-day promise to you. For the next 7 days, I want you to practice this sit to stand exercise every single day. Your goal is 2 to 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Now that might sound like a lot, or it might sound like a little. Everyone's starting from a different place. If doing 10 good ones in a row is too tough, start with 5. Do 5 with perfect form, rest for a minute, and then do 5 more. That's a fantastic start. If 10 feels good, great. If it feels a little too easy, maybe try for 12 or 15 reps. The most important thing is to listen to your body. You should feel your muscles working, but you should never feel sharp pain. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can break it up. Maybe do 1 set of 10 in the morning after breakfast. Do another set in the afternoon. Consistency is what matters most. Now, I want you to imagine something for me. Close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine it's 1 week from today. You've done this every day. Picture yourself standing up from your dining chair without that little grunt, without needing to push off the table. Imagine getting out of a car and feeling completely steady on your feet. Imagine getting on the floor to play with your grandkids and knowing, with total confidence, that you can get back up easily. This isn't a daydream. This is what this work does. You will feel stronger, your balance will feel better, and that little fear of movement will start to be replaced by a quiet confidence. That's the power you're building, one repetition at a time. The journey to staying healthy and active isn't about some magic pill or a punishing workout. It's about doing consistent, smart movements that matter. The sit to stand is your cornerstone. It is the single most effective exercise you can do to protect your independence and dramatically improve your quality of life. You have the power to change how you age, and it starts with this one simple move. Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself and for your health today. You've taken a huge first step. If you found this video helpful and you're ready to keep building a stronger, more confident you, please hit that subscribe button and ring the little notification bell. I release new videos every week with simple, safe, and effective exercises designed just for you. Your health is your most valuable asset. Let's work on it together.